All right, welcome to the Unnamed Podcast. My name's J Dubs,
And I'm Bob.
and we're here to name the podcast. So, welcome. How you doing today, Bob?
I'm doing okay. Just been working and tattooing and stuff, so
What'd you
now I'm here.
tattoo?
I did a touch up on something I did a couple weeks ago, and
Right,
then I tattooed a paw print for a guy's pet that passed on.
rip for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Now, I've been thinking about getting a paw print myself someday. It's very meaningful, you know.
yeah, yeah. I'm doing a um cat portrait on my cousin Jenny. I think you probably met my cousin Jenny.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. She's coming out next weekend for July 5th or 7th or whatever. She'll be here getting a cat
Awesome.
portrait. So
Yeah, I've been noticing that she's been doing a lot of worldly travels and like just going and experiencing things. It's super cool.
yes, yeah, she's getting she got married, I believe, to I
Nice.
for yeah, to um anyway.
Right, right. No, it's all good. Um, so to get back on topic here, music, tattoos, that's really the base of this entire podcast that you and I have been talking about for, a while now. And basically where we're at is the first one. And here we are.
This is the first episode of our podcast, and I think we've established that we don't have a name for the podcast yet.
It's hard, right? It's hard to pick a name. Like it's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
name.
yeah. Plus, it's like all the like whenever I think of some names, I'm like, I want to name it these names, but then I would rather have other people's input on it, so I'm
Right.
not just picking the one that I always want and things like that. So trying to get more input is a good idea, and to let the people vote on these names. And I've got this list here somewhere. Oh, I sent it to you the other day, but was no, maybe it's um nope, not there, not there. I'll just look in our messages; it'll be there.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up. There's been a lot of talk. All right, I got it right here.
Okay,
It's like 25 names. Here's a list of names I got from Gemini. Okay. So, it looks like we've got, as the top 10 for this list here, we've got Ink and Amps, The Tattooed Riff, Skin and Sound Waves, Beyond the Stage, Under the Needle, Tour Bus and Tattoo Chair, The Canvas and the Cord, Offstage Ink, Vibrant Vibes, Permanent Marks. That's one. So it's Vibrant Vibe, Permanent Marks, the artist set list. That kind of rings. And then number 10 is Chromatic Crew, Ink and Music. So there's some pretty decent ones on there.
and then we also had the a couple other ones. Like one was the permanent playlist.
Yeah. Sunshine's the one that said that one. I kind of like it. It rings. There's some pretty good ones. There's some pretty good ones.
And then the other one that I thought of was Polyphonic Tattoo
Yep,
Podcast.
yep. It's got a good ring to it too.
And then one of the that you thought of was Quarter Note Ink or Quarter Note Tattoo.
I don't even remember. Was it quarter note crescendo?
Um,
I don't remember now. We've literally gone through so many names over the last few days, and just I've been thinking about so much of it.
I kind of like, and we're gonna go ahead and post these on the Facebook page too, right? so people can like read over them a little more. And by the way, the Facebook page is right now, it's called Bob and J Dubs podcast page. For anyone that's not following our page yet, go ahead and jump on there and give us a follow. As soon as we get the name figured out, then we will change the name of that Facebook group. From the ones that you read off just a minute ago, I like Offstage Inc. and Ink and Amps. I thought those ones stuck out pretty good. So
I like Chromatic Crew. I like that one. And then
well, and then before we also said Crescendo Inc. I kind of like that one too, like this. So there's like 6 of them that are notable. So
it's all right. So like in these moments, like right now where we're slowing down a little bit, we can just take a breather because we can hack this out of it. You know what I mean? It's a super quick edit.
yeah.
So far so good, honestly. Like it sounds really good. Do you want to pull? I have one person available. Do you want to pull Jake on now? So that he can go through what he thinks is a good name for a couple ideas for the names, and then I'm going to ask him just a couple of questions, and then we'll send him on his way, and then just talk over the list and banter a little bit, and it'll be good.
Okay.
It might take a second to get him on board. There's the code. We're ready. All right.
Alrighty then. Come on, Jake. Where you at?
He's so nervous. He's terrified. He told me, he's like, I am nervous.
No pressure, really. It's
Right.
easy. It's easy. Come on in, Jake. Where you at?
He's probably looking. It's hard to find like where you put it, like the code.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, what's
Jake
up?
from Oklahoma. What's up, buddy? How are you?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
We're just chilling,
Jake.
talking about music and tattoos, and just trying to come up with a name for our podcast. So, welcome to the Unnamed Podcast. Currently, did you have any ideas as far as some names that you think might fit the agenda here?
Yeah, absolutely. I do think the Unnamed Podcast is kind of badass, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But what I got here, B Dub's Corner. I do like that one a lot.
B Dub's Corner.
The Echo Chamber.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that one a lot as well. Off the Record.
Oh.
The Frequency.
Okay.
And
You put some time into this, Jake. I can
did.
tell you did.
I did. I spent a few hours on this. And then the Fade Out.
How about the Frequency Fade Out?
There you go.
I would have to say the one thing wrong with that though is like we don't want the idea of tattoos fading out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing.
I hear you on that. That's definitely.
Maybe it would be more like the permanent frequency or something.
Right.
So.
Right. Man, you just threw some really, really good ones. Some bold names. I really appreciate them and liked them.
I appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, you've been a damn good friend over these last few years, and I appreciate the fuck out of you, man. Seriously.
Same,
a couple
man.
of quick questions for you.
Absolutely.
Where are you from?
Oklahoma.
He's an Okie, man. This guy is down in fucking the red dirt land, right?
That's right. And the sun's trying to kill us right now. So
So where
sure.
where in Oklahoma are you at?
Guthrie.
Guthrie? Is that near Enid, or where's it by?
So it's about 45 minutes away from Oklahoma City.
Okay. I've never ever been down that way. So I have a friend that I've known and tattooed with for many years, that owns a tattoo studio in Enid. So if you
Nice.
ever get there and you want a tattoo, his name is Tattoo Jerry at Iron Horse Tattoo in Enid. So shout
Nice.
I'll have to look into that.
yeah, yep.
Now
he's
that
a
goes.
cool guy.
Now
Go
that
ahead.
leads into the next question here. What do you currently have for tattoos? Do you have any?
I do. I have two.
What are they? If you don't mind, just telling us what they are.
So on my arm, I have my family crest.
Okay.
And then on my chest, I've got a dead jester.
Okay. Do you want to explain the dead gesture meaning?
So I had a buddy who passed away and he was always joking around, man. So I got that one for him.
It's a memorial piece, right? So all you can tell a lot by a person's tattoos, Bob. It's like their shoes, right? You can tell what they do generally by looking at somebody's shoes, but tattoos tell a story. And Jake's a family man. He cares about his friends. I mean, that's literally what I just heard him say.
Yeah,
Right on.
that would be true.
Right.
And I mean, I'm like immersed in tattoos all day long. So like sometimes I kind of brush over the the meaning sometimes, because it's just like do a tattoo and then do the next one and then do the next one. So
Right.
nice to hear, people's reasonings for their tattoos. And it's good to point out that what you just said, J Dubs, about that really saying a lot about the person. So
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah, they tell
acknowledging
a
that,
story.
Bob.
It's
Yeah.
permanent,
Yeah,
you know?
It definitely does.
and for
One-
me, like, I mean, I've got so many tattoos. It's like some days I just get tattoos because I don't want there to be open skin, So,
Right.
but everybody has their own reasons, and it's all really authentic and unique to everybody.
Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to book you, sir, an appointment and get you another tattoo. That's what we need to do. And
I'm
I don't
so
know
down.
if it's going to happen this summer or next summer, but we need to make it happen, dude. And then we can record for the podcast and hopefully have a name by then. And yeah, it'll be super rad. It'll
We
be cool.
better, yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Heck yeah.
would that mean like having Jake fly to where one of us is to get it, or would we go to where he is, or what? How are we doing this?
He's
Or-
probably gonna hop on his hog and head into the wind. Yeah, that's probably what he's gonna do. Come in like a biker because he's got a badass bike, dude. It's
Sweet.
fucking sexy. It really is.
I was just thinking how it'd be cool to like drive to like maybe not where he is, but like meet him halfway in like St. Louis or whatever.
Right.
And get a hotel room and do it in the hotel room or
See,
something.
that actually isn't a bad idea. Like once
No,
we
that's
get
not a bad
into
idea.
once we get into the podcast more and there's some revenue that's coming from it, we would have the ability to take a trip like that and vlog us both leaving at the same time and heading to the destination, and
That
then
would be fun.
filming the actual tattoo. Plus you would be able to tattoo, I'd be able to tattoo while I'm tattooing. You could vlog, film, same vice versa with you tattooing it too.
We could double team him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it'd be cool. Jake would
No, that
take
would be
it.
awesome. But yeah, I do need to make a trip up north anyways. So
Right?
whatever
Hell yeah,
works for
man.
you guys.
Yeah, we were just talking about Harmony Park and Shangri-La. He said he wants to go to a festival, Bob, and I'm like, well, there's a really good one up in Minnesota that you should probably attend. And I'm trying to convince him to do it, dude. It's You've been there, Bob.
Oh yeah, it's like the perfect place on earth for people that are not into this bullshit society, So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just like, and that's, like right now I'm working on buying a ProMaster van that I can deck out into a tattoo studio. That would be perfect to take that to Shangri-La
It would.
and tattoo people there, and it'll be air conditioned and all set up to be perfect. So, maybe, you know, that's a
brilliant idea.
that would be a dream
Yeah,
come true.
that's smart.
And I'm in Colorado right now, and I moved out here 8 years. Last time I went to Shangri-La was like in 2015, I think. So it's like I'm due so bad to get back there.
Same.
You know,
Same.
Yeah, and I just want to go so bad. So
Yeah, you need to
I'm down.
experience it, man. You need to
Yeah,
experience
yeah.
Shangri-La.
Well, we're gonna
It's no
experience
joke.
it together.
Hell yeah, man. It's going to be a good time for
Yeah.
sure. All right, man. So just one last question here for you before we let you go, Jake. What tattoo ideas do you currently have, if you do have any, like for future ink?
I don't know. I've had some ideas. For me, tattoos are super meaningful and important. So I don't know. Like I said, I've had some ideas. I'd probably like to get one with my kids' names in it. Would be my next tattoo. How I incorporate that, I don't know, because it's also got to be badass, right?
So
So
it's super easy. It's super easy. Like I'm your guy for this, right? Bob used to hate me for this at the tattoo shop because what I would do is I'd come up with this elaborate fucking mural on the side of this person's rib cage, and I'd have them
yeah,
sold on it. And then I'd tell Bob what it was, and he's like, "What? What are you doing?" So maybe you shouldn't listen to me, but think of like who they are as a character or a toy or an animal or whatever what they remind you of, right? And then you can incorporate that as far as the tattoo's concerned with possibly names or whatever the case may be, so it's not just as plain as their name. You know what I'm saying? It's just an
right.
idea.
Yeah,
For sure,
exactly.
man. Well, I thank you for being our first guest on the podcast, Bob.
I had a question. So Jake, are you a musician, or do you like what do do you get into music? Because this podcast is
That's
about
the other part of it. Yes.
So what do you?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I do super get into music. It's really a big part of my life. I got to have music everywhere I'm at, everything I'm doing. I actually played in a band in high school. I was the lead bassist. So
Nice. Right
Hell
on.
yeah, dude.
Right on.
I love the bass. I miss it.
I've played in a couple bands out here in Colorado playing bass, and I have to be careful because whenever I start playing a lot of bass, then my tendonitis in my elbow starts to flare up.
Oh,
So
dang.
yeah, so I can't like play bass for somebody else in their band and then have my tendonitis get bad and then not be able to tattoo. So it's kind of like,
Right.
that makes sense.
yeah, and right now I'm going through physical therapy and trying to get it better, but it's kind of like it's not easy to get over tendonitis in your elbows. Like once you get it, it's always there. So I just gotta sacrifice playing bass for other people, And I can play guitar and I can sing and play guitar, but it's hard to play bass and sing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
So anyway, that was my questions about the music stuff. And Jake, thanks for coming on our first
sure.
episode of our unnamed podcast. And hopefully
No
we'll
problem.
get our name figured out here real soon and we can blaze with some good episodes.
You had some
Sweet,
really good
yeah.
suggestions too, bro, for real. Thank you for taking
Thanks,
the
I
time to
appreciate
actually
that.
do that.
And it's been an honor to be on here. So I really appreciate you guys letting me come on and bullshit with you guys and all that.
For sure, man. For sure. Thank you for being brave, buddy.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, man. Peace out. Have a great evening, bud.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, man.
Right on.
Yeah, Jake's a good dude, man. He really is. He's a good guy. It would be rad to go to Oklahoma and just like experience it, like I don't know. I've been there once. I was down there when I was a kid. I went with my step aunt and went down there in her truck. She was a truck driver. And once we got to Oklahoma, she got in trouble for having me in the truck, and I had to hop into another truck with my uncle and ride all the way back to Iowa. So like that was my experience of Oklahoma, was sitting in a truck for like 7 hours while they hung out and probably, did adult things. And I was like alone. 7 years old, all by myself.
Why wouldn't they let you in the truck? Do you know?
I was in the truck. I was
Yeah.
locked up in her truck while they were hanging out in his truck. Oh
Um.
yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to see. That was fun having a guest on here.
Yeah.
Um. Someday I want to get Ray Lakers on the show too. He's
What's he
always
doing
great.
right now?
I know, right?
I'll message him, dude.
I'm messaging him. You can too.
Ray Lakers. We need you on our podcast first. Oh, did I just tell you good job?
Oh, he's on now. He's online.
Yes, he is.
I have some other people that want to be on too, but I think they're busy today. But
Right.
I'll just go ahead and mention them. I've got a friend of mine that I've tattooed. He's in the band Ghost Wave, and um they're kind of a reggae punk rock thing. They're they're
Nice.
they're from Denver, and
Okay.
his name is Nick Wimmer, I think, or Weimer, one of the two. And I've I've already got him confirmed. He's just busy tonight.
Cool.
And then I've also got um a friend of mine that I've tattooed that plays drums for the band called Smoke Signals, and they're out of Loveland here, and they're like a reggae rock band, and his name is Ishmael Mendoza. So he's talked to me already, and possibly next week, or um if we can get like maybe a different time set up, he'll be more available. But and then we've got um another guy that's on Facebook that I don't know personally, but his name on Facebook is Manoush McFly, and he's got like a punk rock band, and he's expressed some interest in being on here too.
Cool.
And then also my friend that I was in prison with many years ago. His name is Bronson Konopasek, and he is in the band 12 Gauge. And he used to jam. He used to be from Des Moines. He's down in Florida now, and
Right
he
on.
used his band. He knows a lot of the guys from Slipknot, and
Cool.
he jammed with them back in the day. But now he's in Florida with the band 12 Gauge. So
We've
and
also, me and you also have a little bit of time with some Slipknot members as well. We'll get into that in a later date, but
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I I follow Sid, of course, on
Oh yeah,
Instagram,
for sure.
and I've messaged him a couple times, but he hasn't gotten back to me.
Right.
Uh,
Uh,
Ray says in a couple weeks he'll be on.
yeah, he was telling me that he's getting ready to launch a podcast himself and
Oh,
was
nice.
wondering what platform we're on.
Yeah,
But he said he currently can't do it right now. Yeah.
yeah. Well, maybe we could do a multi-episode with his podcast and ours all at the same time.
Oh yeah, for sure. No,
Um,
it's a good idea.
And then the other guy, like I said in my post, Brendan Gavitt, he plays guitar for Smoke Signals,
Right.
and I don't know when he's going to be able to be on because they have band practice at this time right now. So, but hopefully all those guys will be able to come on, and I'm sure once we get things rolling, it'll also be more people will want to be on too.
No, for sure. It'll absolutely work. People want to experience something like this too, you know. So it's also part of the thing, which is rad. It's totally cool, and it's gonna be fun being able to like intertwine with people and getting to know them based off their music styles and their tattoos, and It's just
Yep.
dipping into a part of people's lives that are kind of the taboo of their life. Like people don't just talk about their tattoos, you know what I mean? So like getting into that question and asking them why, what's the purpose and meaning behind it, it really opens doors and it creates the drama side of things too, because people want to know the gushy details of things, you know what I mean? Like so uh cool. Ray said he's going to be giving us details about his show soon, so that's super exciting, man. That's super rad.
Yeah, and let's see, I was gonna say something else here. Um, also, I've got I Nick has said that he's interested in getting tattooed on the podcast live. So
Cool.
I think we're gonna do like his wife's initials on his finger or something. So as soon as we can get that rolling, we might just like record it and then put it into the podcast,
Right.
or we can just do it all live on the podcast. Once I get a couple more cameras set up, then we can like get some different angles of it and stuff. And I was just looking over some of the posts that people have made on here and to see what people have posted and stuff. Um, Sublime. Yeah, that reminds me. We need to get Mr. Eric Wilson back on here.
Oh man,
Him.
dude, for real though, like that's no joke. I asked Jake tonight. He was live on K Rock,
Yeah.
and I messaged him. He's like, "We got 10 questions that we can answer as of right now." And I popped on, "Will you please be on our podcast that involves music and tattoos?" And he read the question above mine, skipped my question, and read the next one down below it. So, he's on that rock star shit, dude. So it's gonna be difficult to get the old Jakey on the show.
Yeah, I think I've messaged him probably 100 times and never got any responses. And then,
Yeah,
of course, I messaged one account that said it was him, and it was a fake one. So,
bro. I just got an idea.
okay,
Let's ask Troy, his mom, to be on the show, dude.
okay.
That's Bradley's ex-wife, or not ex-wife, but widowed wife, Jake's mom. And if we can get Jake's mom on board, and then maybe Jake will trust us, dude.
What about
Together.
Kelly? Kelly, his aunt.
That's it. Kelly's another good one, dude, for
I've
sure.
talked to her before, and
Yeah.
it's been a while.
She
But-
responds to messages, though.
Yeah.
These other rock stars don't. I tell you what, you're friends with them for 5 years. You get to know them really well. They get famous, and then all of a sudden they don't respond on their social media no more. That's how it goes. Literally, I've watched it.
Well, I mean, like, it's so weird too. Like, I mean, we're not that famous, and social media is like a part of our lives. It's like, what if you were so famous that you didn't even want to check your
Right.
like,
Because
like
it's just too much.
that seems sad to me, but maybe you've got enough going on. You don't need that.
Right. There's some people in there that really love you, you fuckers.
Right? Yeah. Right. It's weird, but yeah.
That's the way it is, man. I got Sid to answer me a couple of times when I was out in California. I was like, we need to get together. You're in Venice and I'm down in Long Beach. Let's throw a show. Let's do something. And then he messaged me back, I'm in Japan, dude.
Right.
So I gave up. I was like, well, fuck. I mean, what am I gonna do? Yeah,
So-
he was touring with Slipknot. It was fun.
Yeah. Did you see when he got his face burnt up?
Oh, he got
Yeah.
fucking Freddy Kruegered, man. So
Crazy.
bad. He healed up good though.
Yeah, that was crazy. Crazy shit.
Yeah, he's down on the farm with Ozzy Osbourne's daughter. Did you know that?
What?
Dude, Sid is married and has a kid with Kelly fucking Osbourne, bud.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's royalty, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's married in. They live in, I think it's down by Indianola, if I'm not mistaken, on a farm.
That's insane.
Yeah, but they also got the pad out in LA too, but like where they live generally, I think it's right there if I'm not mistaken.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's lucky.
It's
Lucky.
crazy, isn't it? Like you think back to just a few years ago where we were like hanging out with him in the shop and he was coming in and talking to Eddie and B-Rad coming in and getting tattooed. Like that's another guy we need to get on the podcast, bud. B-Rad. We haven't talked to B-Rad in so long.
Yeah, we just can't talk politics with him.
Oh yeah. Is it rough on the politics side, eh?
A little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah.
He's
We'll
still
talk
cool.
tattoos and music.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this one guy, Manoush McFly, like I said, I don't really know him, but he's got a band called the Ben Farley Band.
Okay. Okay. That
So
sounds fun.
I guess they've got a web page or they're on YouTube. So we'll be sure to like listen to some of his music before he comes on. But
Right.
anyway, and so, it's like part of it is like promoting our tattoo businesses. And then part of it is also promoting the bands.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
So
It's
like,
getting their stuff out there, and our
yeah,
stuff is it just happens to be involved with what's going on. So it's
exactly.
it's good.
It's exciting. And I tried to think of other people that I tattooed through the years, but it's hard to remember all of them. So
Man, you've tattooed. Dude, just try to think of a number, Bob. Like, how
uh,
many people do you think in your lifetime you've tattooed?
I mean, like if it's like 500 a year, maybe some years it's more than that, but
Right.
that's like
An average.
10,000 people. Yeah, I've thought about that before. And
That's intense when you really think about it.
sometimes it's weird too. Like I'll see somebody that has tattoos and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? I see you have tattoos. I'm Bob Parr. I own the shop." And they're like, "I know you tattooed me." Just like, "Oh, shit. Sorry."
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I've had that same kind of scenario happen out in
Yeah.
California at a music festival. This chick comes running up. She's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's you." And
Yeah.
I'm like, not to be rude, but I don't remember who you are. Can you tell me your name?
Uh-huh.
Worst thing ever to say, dude. This chick snapped on me like we were in the hood. I had to run.
Or what's fun though is when they like when you pierce their nipples and they start showing you their nipples. You're like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "Don't you remember piercing me?" That's always I like that. I like that one.
Oh shit.
Which which by the way, I just started doing piercings again at my shop. Like
Right, right.
I've been open here at Nirvanic Tattoo in Loveland, Colorado. I opened in 2020 and like a year before that my autoclave got stolen out of my storage unit.
Oh
So
no.
when I opened here I didn't do piercings, but then I was just like I saw another shop was selling an autoclave for $200, so I'm just like, I'll take it.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
bought
take it.
it was in really bad shape, like it needed to be cleaned, and so I spent a while cleaning it up, and I already had everything else to do piercing, so
Right.
I now it's working, like people are coming in, but I mean I could use more business, but it's been pretty good for as little as I've done. Here's somebody else did an idea of Sonic Skin or Sonic Tattoo. So I'll write those names down here.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. For sure. What Kyle Smith say? I just farted in Georgia.
What a
Oh man, it's funny because I like have his name pulled up. I was gonna message him and ask him if he wanted to jump on real quick.
yeah.
And I was gonna see if he was busy, right? And apparently not, because he just farted in Georgia.
I hope that he didn't do more than just a fart. Somebody else, Jenna Hutzel says ink notes.
Okay.
So we got about 17 on this list right here. So
Yeah, there was some dude on there. Where was that at?
Dabs, Dubs, and Bob. I don't know about that one.
No.
The BJ podcast.
Oh yeah, that was. I remember that one too.
I don't know about that one. The
Oh yeah,
Bob.
it was the Manucci McFly. That's who was talking. That's who was wanting to.
Yeah. Which one was what was did he have an idea? Or was that just you're
I don't.
reading the messages?
Yeah, I was in the message real
Yeah.
quick. I forget what they asked or said. I think they said they wanted to be on the podcast, didn't they?
Yes. That's
Yeah,
who I
yeah.
was talking
That's who you're
about.
talking about.
He's I mean, if he's available now, but I don't think he's on right now. I just told him that well, he said he doesn't have any tattoos, but
Yeah, I'm reading his response right now. Like, we like that stuff too.
he's got a scarification, but he wants the Quentin Tino a band apart movie company logo. So yeah.
Nice. For sure. Well, we've got 15 minutes left here in this podcast time of write that one down too, the unnamed podcast. I forgot that one.
Yep, I
You
got
do?
that one written
Okay,
down.
good. Because I actually kind of do like that, honestly. I don't know if there's any out there already. There might be an unnamed named podcast, but I don't know. I kind of like it.
I mean, I really want one that like explains what it's about, you
Right.
know. But I mean, we'll let the people vote, I guess,
Right?
is the main idea here.
Yeah,
So,
we'll see exactly what they think, and then we'll go from there. What are we going to do? The top 10 list first for starters?
yeah.
Or is it
So
more?
how about this? I'll just go ahead and post all these on the
Right.
Facebook page, and then we can have people vote there, and then next week we will talk about
Break it down.
we'll break it down to the top 5, and then the
Right.
next week we'll do another vote after that. So, and then um we
We're
do
gonna have.
need,
Are we gonna have a grand opening? The
well,
grand opening episode.
this is a pre-episode.
No.
This is a soft opening? No. Okay.
We like it hard.
Next week is our hard opening.
I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, and
Right.
that's fine because we're learning as we go, and we can make a little ad like, hey, if you haven't followed us yet,
Right.
get down there and follow us. You know,
Right.
you can. So we're gonna. I've been looking at some different platforms too. Like as of right now, it seems like probably what we'll do is we might just be recording it here and then chopping it down and putting it on YouTube, and then or we could figure out somewhere else to record it better because like I mean this isn't too bad really. Like when we do the editing, we can just crop it into just us, you know.
Right.
We don't have to have the header and the bottom part and all that stuff. And then edit it some and then post it up on YouTube. And then from there, we can post it on Spotify podcasts. And I'm not sure how to do that though, because like in order to post on Spotify, you have to go through a distributor. Like
Okay.
that's what my DistroKid is. So like you have to go through DistroKid or CD Baby or one of the distributors, but those distribute it to like every single platform like iTunes
Right.
and YouTube Music and Apple Music and Spotify. and I don't even know what else there is, but all those like that, it'll just throw it out to everyone, which we could do the audio, maybe even video too, but like once we edit it down, I could upload it to DistroKid and then it'll distribute it to all those, and then it'll be everywhere. And then I don't know, like I don't really listen to a whole lot of podcasts besides on YouTube. Like that's all I do,
Right.
So, but there's other, like Google Play has a podcast part, and I don't even know, but
Something else to think about too. We could set up like Twitch accounts,
yeah,
and have a phone or whatever or computer camera going during the streams as well, just to keep the momentum flowing on different platforms.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. I made a Twitch, and then I think because like that one time we talked, you were talking about it, and
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I think I had a little tablet that I was trying to use, and then it wouldn't work for everything I wanted it to, so I just stopped using it. But um, that's a good idea, I guess.
Another platform too is TikTok, dude. I hate to say it, but TikTok is where everybody's at nowadays, dude. And like it's ridiculous some of the stuff that you see on there, man. People are sending out a bunch of garbage, So I think having like something with value and it's real and it's raw, I think this is gonna do pretty good, actually, honestly.
Well, TikTok just opened up for long form too. Like
Right.
before, they were just doing like 90 seconds, and then they went to 3 minutes, and now it's like as long as you want, I
Yeah,
guess.
you can go live on there. I'm
Go live,
able to go live now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I post a bunch, or I used to post a bunch, but then I've started getting away from like the shock value content, I guess you
Right.
would say,
Right.
like just because my marketing coaches said that it wasn't really didn't really help much. But at the same time, I like to make it because,
Yeah, you like the
uh,
comedy behind it.
yeah, the funniness of it.
I
And
like them. I think they're
yeah,
fun.
yeah, I've I've gotten like some of them. I've got one that has 140,000 views on there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it's just like an edited video that I took from
Right.
it's from an episode of Shark Tank where
Oh, wow. Yeah.
it's just the one guy talking about his tattoos, and he's like, "Yeah, I have $300,000 worth of tattoos," and it's just like, wah, wah, wah. Like, and I mean, it's it's not that interesting, but it was funny
Right.
to edit it and put it together, and I I'm trying to maybe figure out the formula, like what I did, how to get that, and
Right.
so it's kind of like a work in progress, but now I'm trying to make more informative and educational content that's like, but I just haven't gotten that real like bug to do it.
Right.
Like I can make funny shit, but make it like trying to
Right.
educate people is just like not as much fun. So, but as far as what's engaging right now, like people are kind of getting sick of the shock value,
Right. Right.
entertainment. Now they want to be more educated. So
Right.
it goes in waves and phases. Like people get sick of one thing and other
Right.
things more popular. Like just for example, with tattoo videos, for a while there, it was like the reveal where you take a piece, and then you wipe down the paper towel and
Yeah.
show the tattoo.
Yeah.
And like now it's like that's not exciting anymore. Like who
Right.
cares, Like
People want right up close, the needle just.
yeah, or they want like what's really becoming bigger now is like a story in like 90 seconds. Like this is the story of this guy that wants
Right.
this tattoo because of
Right.
this, and then just like tell that story. Like people like
Right.
that more now. So and then it'll in 2 years it'll be something different too. So
Right. Now, before I forget here, I'm going to interrupt you because you brought up you said your most viewed video, and it reminded me of my most viewed video. I'm not trying to one up you here, but it reminded me of something. This chick got 700,000 views for me by shoving a lit up sword down her throat, dude. She took it all the way. Now, that leads into having them on the fucking show. It's a husband and wife duo, and they could promote themselves on here doing their sideshow stuff and talk about their tattoos and the music that they enjoy listening to as well. So like there's Cassidy Rose. We could get her on the show. I watched this girl do a world record setting sword swallowing push-up deal, dude. She did, I can't remember if it was like 26 push-ups with a sword down her throat. I was in front of her, like just cheering her on. It was the most intense thing ever. And she could have fucked herself up bad with this, dude. And she looked like she was about to give up and pass out, but she pushed through and then stood up, pulled that sword out of her throat, and just screamed. It was awesome. It was awesome. We got to get them on the show, dude. I think that would be super rad.
Yeah. That just made me think of Serena. You know, Serena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And well, I mean, then that makes me think of the Enigma, of course.
Yep. Yep.
So,
don't bring that up to him because he doesn't like talking about the Ames days. I did that at a place here in town, and I was like, "Hey, man, you remember Iowa?" No, I don't. I really don't.
I don't. I really don't.
Oh, you don't remember Serena? No, I don't. I'm here now, and I'm enjoying my life.
I mean, you know, that's how relationships are.
Yeah, it is, man.
You just want to forget it,
Yeah,
and you don't want to talk about it anymore. So that's a good thing to learn. But also, maybe we could get Jeff McDaniels on here because
Goofy, yeah.
He lives in town here, actually.
Okay, cool. That'd be super easy then, right?
Yeah, maybe we could have him right here in person. And I mean, I'd even be down to get tattooed by him if he wanted to.
I was just gonna ask, is he still working out there? Is he like doing tattoos there, or is he just chilling?
I think last time I talked to him, he's doing tattoos on the road, quote on the road. You know, like I believe he's got an area set up where he does tattoos. But he works at a dispensary in Boulder called 14er.
Oh, word.
He's a grow master, I think, or whatever.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so
that's way rad.
Yeah, and he's come here and done like the Friday the 13th events with us, and I haven't seen him for a little bit, but you know, I tell him whenever I talk to him, like they've invited me over for dinner, and I'll go over and have dinner with them, because they live on the other side of the duplex where me and my last wife lived. They were just on the other side of the wall. So
nice.
It was nice for them to be around me that they know, and for me to have them around. But we didn't really hang out enough back then, you know.
Right.
And the people I was living with, my ex-wife and her family, they didn't like all the marijuana smoke, you know. But it's like, you're like, well, this is Colorado, like you have to put up with it, you know.
Yeah, and dogs and people with Jeeps.
yeah, that's kind of a thing. Which reminds me, like here out in Iowa, dogs weren't allowed in the tattoo studio, but here in Colorado, like dogs are allowed. So
it's if you like want to the Wild West.
Yep, it is for sure. And that's another thing too. Like I want to get this van and I want to get it decked out, and then I want to go do like tattoo parties here where it's legal, and go like pull up at shows. Like if I can get this van before Kyle Smith's show July 10th at Avogadro's in Fort Collins, I'll be out in the parking lot tattooing people, and hopefully
be there. Don't miss the show. The shows are fucking energetic, man. Literally, you got it.
I'll be there. I just, I'd rather be tattooing because like the shows are kind of like loud and late.
So maybe what you could do is talk to whoever is running these establishments and see if it's state if it's legal for you to tattoo inside the venue,
Yeah.
And if it is, maybe you could do live tattooing during the shows. Like they have live painters up there, but you could do a live tattoo during the time. You'd be able to easily do an entire tattoo piece from show start to show end, and somebody could be, paying you to do it on the stage. Like you could tattoo them while the show's happening. That'd be super cool.
That would be cool. I just don't know, like, because of, like, there's serving food at the establishment,
Yeah.
what their laws
Yeah.
are. Like they have more laws in regards to it than we do.
Right. Right.
So,
But like maybe the Aggie Theater.
yeah, maybe, yeah, but they're not playing at Aggie this time
Right.
around.
Right. Yeah.
But
Next time.
yeah, and well, because like they do tattoo events at breweries out here, so it
Oh,
might
really?
not be. I don't know. Maybe it's because breweries usually have like multiple rooms that we could set up in a room off to the side, but I don't
Right.
know what the laws would be. So I guess I just need to call somebody and try to figure it out. And
Right.
I messaged like 10 different breweries on Facebook, but nobody even got back to me. So they probably
Right.
just don't like want, I need to email them or call them, I guess. So
Right. Well, all in all, I would say that this has been a very successful first episode. I mean, we've gone over what we would, definitely want to see, for the world to see also, what we're creating here, and we're making headway. We've got a plan, and we're going to stick to it and just keep trudging through the snow and the sand and whatever else comes our way, and it's going to be fun, dude. It's really going to be an exploration, if you will, in society. It's cool.
I think we should try to get this episode posted as soon as we can and get it shared as much as we can, and then that way our next episode will have even more to talk about because we have a ton of stories that we didn't tell
So
this time
many.
that we're going to be telling, so people should definitely be tuning in. And
Right.
for all the musicians out there, if you want to be on the show, get a hold of us and we'll figure out a time for you. And yeah, I guess that's all about all. Let me just go over these names real quick one more time. We've got Offstage Inc., Ink and Amps, Chromatic Crew, Crescendo Inc., The Permanent Playlist, Polyphonic Tattoo Podcast, Quarter Note Crescendo Inc., The Unnamed Podcast, The B Dubs Corner, Echo Chamber, Off the Record, The Frequency, The Fade Out, Permanent Frequency, and a couple more here: Sonic Skin, Sonic Tattoo, and Ink Notes. So I'm sure we'll even think of some more or come up with some more.
Right.
Go ahead and get these posted on the Facebook page, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, just one last thing here before we go. It takes a community to be able to get this out there. So if you could please just take the time to like this video, comment on this video, and share this video with every person that you possibly know. I know we've been hearing this for years and years and years now, but it's the only way that it actually works. So please be involved and share the living out of this video. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, and have a good day.
We're out. That was good, dude.